Folks, so the housing market is going bonkers. First time home buyer homes aren't really available. Affordable homes aren't there. You've heard me talk about luxury homes being the place to make ridiculous offers, right? Patrick Bet-David, Valuetainment, talks about writing disrespectful offers. I think there's an opportunity in luxury or super luxury. If that happens to be a market you are fishing in and getting a loan there might be difficult, I think Stephen Dow from Velocity Mortgage can help. But Stephen, before we get into it, before we talk about my opinions about the market, please do that marketing thing so we both don't get in trouble.
You got it. Again, although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. So let's get it going.
Yeah. So one of the things that I am doing is, I'm starting to poke around the luxury market. The entry level stuff is on fire. But the luxury market, I am starting to see listings stack up. I am starting to see vacant luxury buildings, which means stress is building. I'm starting to see luxury have over 100 days on market. And I'm seeing luxury properties with some obvious problems. There was a luxury property I looked at yesterday that looked like a rainbow threw up on the interior. It was so bad. But again, these are all things that lead me to believe that I'm going to be writing some disrespectful offers on luxury properties.
Oh yeah.
And I know Velocity is one of those non-QM lenders that plays there. So
hmm
so talk about how if you are one of those buyers, which I may be in that
hmm
space, talk about how Velocity can help where others may not play there.
Sure. Again, I think to have the borrower or your audience better understand our lane is that when all else fails, pretty much when you've gone through full doc, some of these alternative bank statement or DSCR programs, come to me because again, we're not looking at any of those metrics. And so as far as qualifying to get the loan, it's just your mid-FICO score of at least 650 or higher and the value to come in to support your desired loan terms. But other than that, we're very aggressive on DSCR. So that isn't really, the main component of when we're underwriting, but residential 4 units and under up to 2 million on the rate sheet. We've gone, sometimes outside the box up to 3 million, a little bit over that.
Yeah.
So I think right now in that luxury market, it's hard to qualify. Well,
Right.
rates have dipped a little bit recently, so you might get a couple, from that. But generally speaking, if you don't qualify, going through the normal process, at least maybe give us a call right before you have
Yeah.
to be maybe forced to use hard money.
Yeah, yeah, definitely better hard money. Come on, don't go there. But this is where I'm trying to tie, because again, folks, you have a playlist on my channel that people can go check out. We've been talking about doing
hmm
creative things. I've been
Right.
talking about trying to buy a luxury property for a while. I'm getting serious
hmm
now. It went from being a weekend activity to now a daily
hmm
activity. And I'm
Well,
seeing, go ahead.
real quick, I was gonna say shout out to Chris,
Oh,
one of
Chris.
your one of
All
our
right.
time family subscribers. He's buying a luxury
Oh, wow.
property. Yeah. I'll say Florida, but I won't tell you specific
Yeah,
where.
good for
Yeah.
him. Or
Yep.
her.
All
Chris could be either. Uh
right. Right.
uh but this is now becoming an area for me. I always want to shop where there's not a lot of competition. And
hmm
entry level is fierce. And now I know not everybody can buy luxury, but I only can talk about what I'm doing.
Right.
Again, I'm looking every day now, luxury properties. I'm looking for signs of the seller may have a problem. So what am I looking at? This is just me. Vacant, 100 days on the market or greater, something visually wrong with the property. Like I talk about that. I'm seriously, dude, this one property looks like it was Lucky Charms or a rainbow just threw up on it. I don't know who, I don't know if a unicorn painted the place or something. It's wild. I mean, you walk in the place, you got to wear sunglasses. It's that bright.
Now, was
And
that purposely, or did like the previous tenant
it
just go
it had to be.
crazy?
It had to be. I mean, it was well done. It wasn't like sloppy paint. It was. It just looks like every room was like a Lucky Charms, one of those marshmallow colors. It was wild. There's another luxury property that I saw. It's been on the market 200 days. The pictures, I kid you not,
hmm
a 2 million, 1.8 million dollar property. The agent took pictures with their phone. I'm like, seriously? This is what I Fire
Well,
that
that
agent.
typically, well, more than likely, it's the probably seller who wanted the cheapest kind of like, you know what I'm
Probably,
saying? Yeah,
but
you're
it's
like, hey,
okay.
you can list my house, but you can't charge me no more than a
Yeah,
point,
what
and
you're gonna
you know
get
what I mean?
one
So,
point. Yeah, exactly.
right,
So
you're gonna usually get what you pay for in most cases, but yeah, that's probably
yeah.
what it was.
So at the end of the day, why am I shopping here?
Mhm.
It's because I like a deal. I could tell you that my offers will be somewhere between 25 and 30% of list price once I get
Mhm.
comfortable, right? Just like I talk about in my course, it takes time. I've been doing daily for probably the last 2 weeks, maybe pretty much
Uh-huh.
since Silicon Valley Bank went out. That kind of
Right.
next week I started. Because why? I know that the rich or wealthy will pull back. I know they won't. I know they will start to list their second homes. I
Mhm.
I'm a greedy son of a gun, and I'm going to go do that. And why velocity is going to play? It's because you can do that CLTV loan, right? We
Right.
call it the 50/40/10. It might
Mhm.
be the 60/30/10. I'm going to get the sellers to give me a discount, and they are going to carry paper for some
Right.
of the purchase so that
Sure.
I can buy a luxury property with 10%
Mhm.
down. That is
Right.
what I'm going to do. I'm declaring it right now.
I I think it's a definite viable kind of a situation because you got a lot of motivated sellers because I've done 17, 18 of those kind of like combination seller financing with my first since March of last year is when we started kind of pushing this thing. So,
I think it's
um,
coming more, man. This getting the seller, because again, you could give the seller a little bit more on the price.
right,
If they take
right.
some second, it's just a win-win.
I think so too. Just finding the right, again, motivated seller and the right circumstances to where he doesn't need all the money right away. It definitely works out because again, I've seen it and I've talked to many people. Call me up. Oh man, it's working like a dream. Da 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 da. It's cash flowing. Everybody's happy. So on and so forth. So, given the right circumstances, it is a win-win for sure.
Yeah. So, folks, if you want to talk about the 90% CLTV loan, which again,
Mhm.
Velocity Mortgage and Steven is uniquely offering on my channel. Also, if you don't really know what it is, please go to my playlist called Deep Dive. Stephen and I did a whole Saturday 90-minute session answering questions. So get your 50/40/10 101 there, and then reach
Yep.
out to Stephen. How do you want them to do that?
Just shoot me an email again to just sdao@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, please put the acronym ORAAT for one rent at a time. The body of the email, maybe a brief description, what you're looking for, city and state, at least where it's located to make sure I lend there, your mid FICO score, and the best number to reach you at, and I'll be in touch within 24 or 48 hours.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.